Today's story is from Mark in the New Testament, and so this is part one, the first dog part of the story. Jesus and his disciples are walking along the road. They are on their way to Capernaum, and Jesus is separated from them a little bit, and the disciples start chatting amongst themselves about who is the greatest. I wonder if you were one of those disciples on a dusty road, following Jesus and not knowing what's going to happen in the rest of your life. As indeed, you're a child, you don't know what all wonderful things you're going to do yet. But I wonder why you would say you are the greatest. Are you the best runner, or the best speller, or the best thinker? Maybe you're the most thoughtful person. This is what the disciples are talking about, and you'll hear more about that in part 2. And then they get to the end of the road, they get to Capernaum, and they go into a house, and now they are with Jesus again, and he says, "So, what were you discussing amongst yourselves?" And they're all kind of, they don't want to tell him, because they know that they shouldn't have been chatting about who's the greatest. And he says to them, the least will be the greatest. That's got a couple of meanings, and it's a little hard to unravel. One thing it surely means is that he will be killed, and he's not going to be the great king of the Jews with power and armies that everyone was hoping would come to be their Messiah. He's going to die a simple man with a powerful message, and at the hands of others. And then he takes up a child, and he says, whoever can accept this child fully, can be like this child, can be as simple as this child has accepted me, and their Father will accept them. So let's think about just another twist on the least being the greatest. There's another way to be the greatest by being the least, and that's just being the one who's always looking out for others. Being that person who always sets the table and takes the trash out and feeds the dogs every night and gets up to let the cat out. There's a wonderful upside down greatness in being that person. And I think we should all appreciate that person. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't explore your gifts. If you're the best runner in the world, then you should be the best runner in the world and work on it. But there are other kinds of greatness too. Think about a little child who can't even talk. Think about a hound dog. And maybe they just enjoy the world. Maybe the greatness of the hound is just being able to lie in the sun and enjoy the world and the wonder of it all, and just love everyone who comes their way. I think there's a greatness in that also small children have. So, as well as being great in other ways, one way to be great is to be as God made hound dogs and children, full of joy just in being alive, and wonder at the world around you, and knowing that your world is filled with all the love from God and all the love from your heart that there can be. Amen.